Okay, 393. I mean, for our purposes, it doesn't matter too much, but I want to have things that are close to the current values. And let's calculate fair forward. Take the spot, multiply it by 1 plus domestic rate, but we have to make allowance for that it's not for a year. 89 over 365 divided by 1 plus the foreign rate. Let me make it a bit bigger. The forward rate is actually a little bit higher. When the domestic rate is higher than the foreign rate, forward spot rate is going to be always higher. Remember, there's let's note here convention for exchange rate is foreign domestic. Value of 1 unit of foreign currency in domestic currency. So we have a nice little template to calculate the forwards, okay? At least fair market forward. Let's look at the futures market. I'm not gonna worry about margins and stuff. If this was a course in investments, we would have gone through all over that. But you have to put basically $2,400 in margin for each contract. I'm more interested in what happens with the cash flow. Let's look at quotes. December contract, 107665, and our number is 10772. There are differences for two reasons. A, the interest rates that I got may not be as current as the market rate, because I got them from a website that's either a day old or as of this morning. So interest rates are not current. B, futures contracts are different from forwards contracts because they settle daily. So in a sense, in order to calculate the fair value, you need to be thinking about what's going to happen to interest rates every single day. The calculation I make here takes a simple assumption that the differential is going to remain constant. For most purposes, that's good enough. In any case, we're going to use the futures market for the actual price. This kind of gives an idea what that futures price will be if things change over here. If today Fed increases the interest rates by 50 basis points and this thing goes to 60, that futures market is going to go up. Okay. In that sense, you're also taking interest rate risk, because there is a difference between what the forward is today and what the forward is going to be tomorrow because of the volatility of the interest rates. That's called the basis risk. But for all intents and purposes, we're going to ignore that. If this was a graduate level class, we would have talked about that as well. Even though that basis risk is small, when you're dealing with billions of dollars, those small risks add up. So you need to hedge those too, but that would involve getting into interest rate swaps, which we're not going to do yet. We'll do it towards the end of the semester. But for management of interest rate, exchange rate risk, we're just going to talk about the futures. We're not going to worry about the basis risk. All right, so that's close enough. Now, first things first. Today, I became the CRO of this firm. CRO is short for Chief Risk Officer. And they told me that to the extent possible, we do not want to take the risk of dollar-euro exchange rate or euro-dollar exchange rate. Whether it's 150 6 months from now or, 0.85, I don't want to be concerned with that. So my job is to minimize that. There are more sophisticated ways of doing it, but the simplest is simply say, okay, the futures rate and what you want to call spot rate are going to be very highly correlated, right? If spot rate goes up to, what is that? Tomorrow it goes to 104.30. Forward is going to go to 104.71, right? It was 107.72, 104.71. It's not exactly 30 ticks, or 300 ticks, but it's close enough. So for all approximate purposes, we're not going to worry about that differential. So they're going to be very highly correlated. In an ideal world, you actually calculate that historical correlation. So if it's only 90% correlated, you make an adjustment for that. But in this simple environment, we're going to assume there's 100% correlation between spots and futures. So what do I need to do? The only tool I have is to establish a position in December contract, because nothing else has much volume going on. Look at this. I mean, they are there. If you looked at, let me see, volume and open interest, I mean, there is some open interest in September contract, but September contract is going to expire as of today. Okay. After that, the only open interest is in December, the only sizable open interest. So as of today, we're going to use the December contract. So that's my only tool. What do you think I need to do? My natural position is 1 million euro long. Okay. Obviously, this contract goes up in value if euro gains in value, because all CME futures that involve US dollar are value of one foreign currency in US dollars. So if tomorrow euro gained value in spot market, futures are gonna respond in kind because it's the value of €1. So futures price is gonna go up too. So knowing that, what do you think I should do? Should I establish a long position or a short position in the futures contract? That's the first question we're gonna ask ourselves. My natural position is €1 million long. So if euro goes up by 1 tick, which means the 4th decimal point, that's what we call a tick. Some people call it a pip, but I like the tick better. Pip is more for interest rates. The terminology of financial market is amazingly designed to keep the outsiders away. We used to talk about LIBOR plus. We can't talk about that anymore. I lost a lot of terminology. LIBOR doesn't exist anymore. There is now BSBY, Bloomberg Short-Term Bank Yield Index. It's similar to LIBOR in nature. It's basically the funding rate of banks. So if dollar-euro goes up by 1 tick, how much money your position makes in US dollars? Remember, 1 tick is
40,000.
Huh?
40,000.
No, you came a little bit late. Your national position is 1 million euros. How did you come up with the 4? Oh, you're using the last tick. No, if that tick goes from 4 to 5, the last digits.